Hey everybody, this is Fran Fraschilla, draft expert and basketball junkie. To everybody who's watching, let's get our friends at General Manager Games the subscribers they deserve. Just press that red subscriber button and immerse yourself in sports AI through GM Games content. And on Twitter, it's GM_games. Let's get after it. Let's go.
All right. Let's get this up and going. Gotta log off of here. And I gotta log back in here. Logged in there. Come here. We are live. Oh, we're on the wrong page, but we are live nonetheless. All right, so there's that. Let's go here. I'm going to dump this in everywhere. Dump this over here. Where am I putting this? I'm putting this here. All right. I'm just getting everything posted to where it needs to go. And I think that's everything, right? I got it on Discord. Got it on Twitter. I think that's everything. Yeah, so we'll just copy this. I think we're good to go. I think we are good to go. We'll give it a minute, see if anybody hops in. I'm logged in through two different computers, so I don't know if that considers me as two separate viewers or not. I don't really know. And we got a follow right off the bat. Haas00312, thanks for the follow. Appreciate it. You came in just as we got started, and I am the epitome of an unprofessional YouTuber and streamer. So bear with me as I stumble through this. I just realized my camera's not on. There we go. All right. We'll give it another second here, see if anybody hops in, and then we will get started. If not, I'll just talk to myself for a couple hours. That's totally fine. We are at September 1st, 2030, and it has been just a really, really bad couple of months for the Colorado Rockies. At the end of June, we were, that's 36, 51, and 28. At the end of June, 51 and 28, and we have gone 25 and 32 over the last 2 months. We've suffered some injuries, and we've just had some bad baseball. We've had some bad baseball. Actually, there is one more place I want to post this, so let me do that real quick. We've been playing some very, very poor baseball here as of late, so now we're done. Now I've posted it everywhere I want to post it. Yeah, so we've played some really bad baseball over the last couple of months. The hope is that we can turn things around here in September and figure it out. I mean, we're not even assured a playoff spot at this point with how poorly we've been playing. We're currently 5 games up, game up on the Braves and then 4 up on the Marlins and Nationals. So we're not even assured a playoff spot at this point. Hopefully, and is there audio? Hang on, I gotta see if there's audio. There is, okay. All right, yeah, so we're not even assured a playoff spot. We're 9 games out of first place. We do have a wild card spot at the moment, But what I want to do really quickly first is I want to take a look at some of the basic info and see if there's something that can be done. I guess let's go here first. Let's go to standings and let's look at the expanded standings. So currently we are 37 and 29 at home, 39 and 31 on the road. So we're playing really well away from cores. Our home record is pretty terrible, frankly. I mean, 37 and 29 at home. As a team that's been 100 wins for the last 4 seasons, we should be our home record should be significantly better than that. We are playing 5 games worse than our Pythagorean theorem, so in theory we should be better than what we are. We're 14 and 16 in one-run games, which kind of shows. I mean, one of the biggest issues we've had has been our bullpen, and I thought last episode that I had sort of shorted up a little bit. We picked up Loic Provolone, Anudi Cortorial, and Yahim, it's probably Jaheim Richardson, and really none of them. I mean, I guess Cortorial's been okay, but Provolone has been in the minor leagues. But yeah, I mean, look at Richardson. Well, you can't look at him here. You can only look at his combined stats. So look at his stats with us. 0-3 with a 9.95 ERA in 12 games. 14 hits, 14 runs, 6 walks, 11 strikeouts after putting up a 2.88 in 26 games for the Twins. I mean, he's just been absolutely terrible. And then to make matters worse, the person we traded him for, Jim Pennell, is only hitting 350, 376, 622 with Minnesota in 29 games. So it's been Richardson has been terrible, and Pennell has been really good. So it's been a it's been a bad couple of months. So I'm hopeful that we can turn it around here in September, make a push, get into the postseason, and make some noise in the postseason. It wouldn't surprise me if we flamed out as well. You know, we're without our starting second baseman, our starting third baseman. We lost Sal Stewart like at the beginning of the season. Only played in 7 games this year. Excuse me, which has forced us to play Carter Young and Abdul Laquer a whole lot more than we wanted to. We lost Willie Castro at the beginning of the season as well. He's only played 40 games this year. And we get Chapman back in about a month and a half. He's been pretty good this year, but again, you know, he's only going to end up playing 120 games. So we've suffered some injuries. Sademon Parker, his career was derailed, needed Tommy John surgery a year ago. And then he was knocked out for another 15 months. So he's basically going to miss 2 full seasons. His age is 26, 27, and 28. Lucas Giolito has not been the ace that we expected him to be when we signed him. So it hasn't been a good year. Did we call up? We didn't call anybody up. Who do we want to call up? So let's call up a couple more bullpen arms, see if anybody makes a difference. And we're going to just call everybody up. And then we'll call up Danny Fisher. And we'll call up Jackson Lynn. All right. So I don't... Danny... Oh, he's a pitcher too? Is he really? No. I mean, I guess technically he is, but I'm never going to use him as anything. So West Tunnel, I'm just going to put all these guys as long relief. Except for Perry and Smith. So we added like 4 more bullpen arms to our lineup. And then let's just do this. Fisher, Lynn, Strong. Okay. All right. So we made some call-ups. We have 1 month left to turn this thing around. We are, again, 25 and 32 over the last 2 months, and that's after 4 straight seasons of 100 wins. 104, 102, 100, and last year was our best record ever at 105 and 57. So it looks like we might be taking a step backwards this year. And we'll just sort of have to see how it goes, I guess. This could be a playoff episode. This could be an off-season stream. We'll just sort of have to see. And this is 100% iced coffee. I was about to fall asleep about 30 minutes before the stream started. So I made some iced coffee and I pounded this, and I think I'm okay now. All right, so let's go. Game 1. Oh, I also wanted to, and we win, so Kiner Falefa, we can just put him back. Oh, I can't put him on the 40-man. Why can't... Oh, because it's not a 40-man anymore. It's a 38-man. We're going to take Carson Applegate, and we are going to DFA him, and we're going to put Kiner Falefa, who's my guy. Get him back up there. I did want to... What did I want to do? Those of you who are in chat who may be here for the first time or don't know me, my name is Aaron. I am... Oh, we got a bunch of notifications here. Yeah, I'm all over the place. I'm... Oh, they're all... they're all retweets for my post here. Anyway, if you are new to the channel and you don't know me, my name is Aaron. I host a very small YouTube channel called Around the World Sports. There's the link right there. I should have a command for all of this stuff, but I don't. My Twitter account, which I just created a Twitter account for my YouTube stuff. I have my own Twitter account, which is my nonsense, but this is my Twitter account for this channel. This will give you notifications when I go live, when I'm going to be posting new videos, that sort of thing. At any rate, that's enough of that stuff. Let's start looking at sports. So we win the first game of the month 4-2. We beat a very good Mets team. Wozniak hits his 40th home run of the year. Brubaker pitches well. Loic Provolone picks up his first save of the season. Game 2 against the Mets. And we were very up and down. It was win one, lose one, win one, lose one, and we win another one. Yeah, if you go back and you look, we had a couple of, like, we'd win 4, we'd lose 3, we'd win 4 out of 5, then we'd lose 5 in a row. So we couldn't really get anything going. And it's been like that for 2 months now. So hopefully we can get a hot streak going here in September, and that can lead us into the postseason. Wozniak with another home run. Drew Jones homers. Drew Romo homers. Denny picks up his 13th. Richardson gets the save, even though he gives up a run, lowers his ERA. That's what you like to see. All right, so now we're taking on a very bad Dodgers team, and I have never seen this in an out of the park 22 playthrough. The Los Angeles Dodgers are atrocious. 55-84. This usually doesn't happen with the Dodgers. They've got so much payroll, so much money to spend that they almost always are just, somebody retires, somebody leaves, they sign somebody to replace them. But not this season. Not this season. They are really, really bad. So we win in 10. Ben Guess homers, Lito homers, and Danny Fisher hits his first big league home run. And this is somebody who... if Sam Wozniak has the opportunity, and again, Sam Wozniak, for those of you who maybe have not been here before, Sam Wozniak is the big bopper in our lineup. We traded for him a few years back, and he's just been an absolute machine every year that we've had him. He's won 2 MVPs. He's put up 40 wins he's put up 40 WAR in 6 seasons. He has a player option at the end of this season. So if he chooses not to take that option, we may have to walk away depending on what he wants in return, because we don't have any money. So the offseason could be very difficult for us. But at any rate, let's keep moving. Game 4, and we win our 4th straight. Another extra inning game. This one 8-7. We get 2 RBIs from Perez and Young. There we go. Richardson pitches a shutout inning. Our 3 trade deadline guys, Cordereal, Provolone, and Richardson, pitch 4 shutout innings. Newton doesn't make it out of the 2nd, but he's our number 5 starter. He's likely not going to be in the rotation come playoff time. Hey, Dolwyn, you're impressed that I've stuck with the same team for so long. Usually you get bored and change teams. It's... I hear you. I absolutely hear you. I think it's because I'm live streaming this one that I've stuck with it. Does that make sense? Like, in my offline sims, I've restarted. I'm a Red Sox fan, if you can tell by my shirt. And I guess the giant banner behind me. I've started Red Sox playthroughs, I don't know, 6 or 7 times since Out of the Park 22 came out. I get like 9 or 10 years into it, I get bored, and I start over. But there's something about doing it live like this, where I just sort of stick with it a little bit longer. And I think, honestly, I'm just going to stick with the Rockies until the baseball season is over. And then I don't know what I'm going to do. I don't have any. I might do some franchise hockey. I don't really know. But I'm probably just going to stay with the Rockies all the way through the end of the baseball season. And then that kind of that last live stream, before we switch to a new game, will be kind of reviewing everything that we've done. So, yeah, I think it's just that, I'm doing the live streams makes it a little bit easier for me to stick with it. So we win another game, 5 in a row. An 8-run fifth inning for the Dodgers. So who pitched in that one for us? Giolito continues to get lit up. ERA of almost 5 now. Castro, Jones, and Lynn hits his first home run. So some of the young players that we called up, Lynn's not really that young anymore. He's 26, 27. But Lynn has hit a home run. And, so some of our young guys are doing okay. Richardson with another save, another scoreless inning. Take on Arizona, looking for win 6 in a row, and we get it. So I don't know what's going on this month, but I will take it. Jones goes over 100 RBIs for the first time in his career. His ARB number next year is enormous. It's like $18 million, but we're going to have to figure out what to do with him. It's hard to find an elite center fielder who can hit for power and play good defense as well. So Brubaker with another win. Correa pitches well. So that's 6 in a row to start the month of September. Make it 7. Wow. We are on probably our hottest streak of the season. Lito 3 hits, 4 runs scored. Jones 3 more RBIs. Anything else interesting? Denny picks up his 14th win. Okay. That's good stuff. We win again. Applegate. We designated Applegate for assignment. We'll send him to AAA. We win again. Strong, our outfield. B, Strong, and Estrada. 3 kids getting the start in the outfield for us, and they're all getting it done. Strong 3 hits, 3 RBIs. Estrada 2 hits, 2 RBIs. Young 2 hits, 2 RBIs. Estrada homers. Wozniak hits his 42nd. Guest picks up the win. That's 7 wins in a row. My phone is buzzing. Oof, that's a lot of messages. I'm not a popular person. I don't know where I got those messages from. Anyway, 3 games against Milwaukee starting tomorrow. Once again, thanks for joining me here tonight, guys. I appreciate it. Not sure how long we're going to go. We'll see. We'll just, like we normally do. I usually try to make these about 3 hours. We'll see if I can get till 10 o'clock tonight. I don't know. We will see. Ozzie Albies hits his 300th home run. 33-year-old Ozzie Albies at this point. Can we keep our streak going? We've won 8 games in a row, and we're still 6 games out of first place. First game in Milwaukee is a 10-5 win, so we just continue to get it done. Wozniak with another home run. Who had home runs in this one? Wozniak and Romo. Okay. Newton gets hit hard. Bullpen pitches well. All right. Looking for 10 in a row right here. 10 in a row. Can we get it? Gotta click the check mark. Come on. No. All right, so we win our first 9 of the month before we lose 4-2. Final game at Milwaukee. We win 3-1. So 10 of our first 11 here in the month of September, which is exactly what we needed. Chris B had 3 hits. Brubaker with another win. Day off, followed by 3 at home against Wild. We got this series here against San Diego, which is going to be huge. All right, let's see how this series against Washington goes. First game is a loss. Second game is a loss. Is this what we did, what we're going to do? We win 8 in a row, 9 in a row, and then so we lose 3 out of 4. We win the final game. Young, it's a 3-run homer. Yeah, Jones, Romo, and Young all homer. Newton pitches well. Blown save on an unearned run. Okay. That's all right. 3 games at Oklahoma City now. 3-1 victory. Giolito pitches his best game in probably a month. Yeah, he had one good start here on the 31st of August, but hadn't given up less than 3 runs. He's given up less than 3 runs in a game 3 times since the All-Star break. I mean, you see his ERA was as low as 3.2 here in the end of July, or the end of June. Ugh. That sucks. Game 2 at Oklahoma City. 9-8 loss. And the final game. Actually, where are we? We should be comfortably in the postseason now, right? 5 games up on the Braves. So we're 7 games up total. 5 up on the Braves, plus 2 up on the Marlins. We're 7 games up. We're not going to catch San Diego this year. It's just it's not going to happen. Holy crap. He's 9-15 with 311 strikeouts in 192 innings. Wow. 7 wins. 7 WAR out of a pitcher. Oops, went to the wrong page. Game 3 at Oklahoma City. And another loss. All right, so we are, 3-5 in our last 8 after winning our first 9 of the month. That seems about right. There's another loss. So we get Kevin Norman back. That's good. Let's look at the box score first. Chris B goes 4 for 4. Castro has 3 RBIs. Wesniak hits his 45th. All right, so injured list. Let's get Norman back in there. Let's get Newton out. Get Norman back in the rotation. $89 and $66 now. We'll keep moving. Guess this series isn't important as we're 10 games out of first place now. Yeah, see, this is kind of what I've been talking about. We won our first 9 games of the month, right? First 9 games of the month, and since then we are 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. We're 4-8 in our last 12 after starting 9-0. So ultimately, we're 13-8 this month, which is great. But when you start 9-0, you want to be better than 13-8, 21 games in. So another loss. 13-9. Hey, we win one. 8-6. Fisher with his 3rd home run. LeCaire homers. Denny wins his 15th. How many games do we have in October? None. Okay, so we only have 3 games left. Okay, so I think we're in, right? We're in the postseason. Wait, is that right? Yeah, 90 and 69. We played 159 games. Okay. Yeah, so we're in. So it looks like we're going to be playing either Miami or Atlanta. And I don't know how keen I am on actually playing the games out tonight. I'm not really feeling that. That was, something I've done in the past. It's something I'll probably do in the future. Maybe if we get to opening day. Oh, good. Maybe if we get to opening day, we will play that game. But I don't really feel like playing any of the postseason games right now. Anyway, let's get there first. Hey, Breeze, what's going on, man? How are you? How was your weekend? Another loss. So a 9-0 start has turned into a 14-10 month. So 5-10 in our last 13 games after starting 9-0. Did you have a good weekend, Breeze? What'd you do? Yep. This is Colorado Rockies baseball this year. So we started the month 9-0, finished the month 15-11. So 6-11 in our last 16 games or 17 games, but at least we ended up with a winning record in September, which is more than we can say for July or August. My weekend was good. Yeah, my weekend was good. Yesterday, my wife and I took the kids to a Emerson Hancock's career is over at age 31 with a partially torn labrum. That stinks. His first season with the Angels. Clark Schmidt, he got traded from San Francisco to Miami. Anyway, my weekend. We took the kids to there's a small like town on a river, like 10 or 15 minutes from our house, that has like really good food, and they have a chocolate store where like the chef is like world renowned, and he's been on like the Food Network, and he's won like prizes and awards and stuff. So we went there, we got the kids ice cream, and Saturday was good, and today I did a whole lot of nothing. I took a nap. That's James Hancock is fantastic. Yeah, and I don't think we've had many terrible injuries like this. Like, I don't think we've had many career enders in this playthrough. I mean, he was pretty good for Seattle as well. I mean, he 92 and 82, 20. I mean, he wasn't great, but I mean, he was just over average. But only 31 years old. You figure he probably had 5 or 6 years left. We haven't had many career enders. Like, I have a feeling that's the way we could be going here with Parker. I feel like something just tells me that he's going to have another setback here, and that's going to be the end of it for him, which really would suck. Because his numbers have already decreased, but his stuff was in the 80s for a while, so he was a pretty solid pitcher for us for a couple of years, so I have a feeling that's the way that's going to go. Hello, I hope you end up better than the Mariners team a few years ago. We've had some success. I don't know how much of this you've watched, but we've had quite a bit of success in our time. We're in our 10th season. So we started here in 2021. We were 54 and 108. And then we went from 54 wins to 68 wins to 83 wins, then to 99, and we made our first playoffs. Dropped down to 81 and 81. We were 9 games under our Pythagorean in 2025. Finished 81 and 81. Then 4 straight seasons of 100 wins. And then this year it was obviously a down season for us. So we've had some success. This year hasn't been great, though. But Bill Dozer, thanks for coming and hanging out, and I appreciate it. We'll see how the postseason goes here, though. That's gonna be the key. But before we do that, let's take a look at the team stats, see how things ended up. Jim Denny, who was one of our first draft picks all the way back in 2024, he's already 27 years old. Had his best season as a Colorado Rocky this year, 15 and 7, struck out 212 and 200 innings, good for 6 WAR. He's 62 and 24 in his 4 seasons with us. He has been outstanding. Already good for 20 WAR in his big league career. He's been great, especially considering he's pitching in Coors. Tanner Brubaker was part of a big deal we made with Minnesota back in 2027. He's also been really, really good for us in 3.5 years. He's 54 and 24 in 3.5 seasons. He's been good for at least 4 WAR every single year he's pitched for us. He's been really good. Giolito, Ben Guess was another draft pick of ours. Time to trade who? Time to trade Denny? I'm not trading Denny. I might trade Guess. I might trade Ben Guess. He's age 30. He was 9 and 7 with a 4. I'm not trading Denny. I might trade Wozniak, though, just to spite you. Peak value. I don't think, does the game look at it that way? I guess it does, right? If I look at it, I can set the ratings to look at the last 2 years' stats. But Ben Guess, and he's been okay. I mean, he was the number 4 overall pick all the way back in 2023. He's already 30 years old. He doesn't walk many batters. Gives up a lot of home runs. I mean, he's been all right, but his ARB number is over 10, so that could be an issue going into next season. Giolito, we signed to a 3-year, $90 million contract, but the last year's a team option, so worst case scenario, we have him on the books for 1 more year at $30 million. He did strike out 240 in 185 innings, but yeah, I mean, he was our, our 3rd best starter, maybe our 4th best starter if you just go by WAR. Cole Winn, sort of a swing roll. after we picked him up from Houston. He did pretty well for us. He's ARB eligible, so we'll keep him around next season. No, the game has peak value as prospects when you're trading for them, and MLB guys when you're trying to trade for them. So you're saying that if I trade a prospect at peak value, I can trade prospects at peak value, but I can't trade major league guys at peak value. Is that what you're saying? The value is what you want. Okay. Man, you're confusing me. You're confusing me. The game values what you want. Okay. Okay, the game is designed to spite. See, that I understand. The game is designed to spite me. That I understand. Bill Dozer, you're welcome. You have not watched my previous seasons. You're recruiting now for season 10 of Draft Day Sports College Basketball on a single player save with Oregon State. I like the Draft Day Sports College Basketball games. I have a playthrough on my YouTube channel, actually, with the University of New Hampshire Wildcats. That's where I went to college, and I started a playthrough with them. I did it as a promotion relegation league, and I started them in the lowest league, and then I don't remember how far I got. I think I did like 25 or 30 episodes of that, maybe, somewhere right in there, before I moved away from it. I should come back to it. It was a fun game. Anyway, stats. Kevin Norman, he is a rookie. Well, I guess technically he's a rookie, and he pitched pretty well this year. Got hurt, but he is pitched really well in the time he was out there for us. Carter Smith, we brought back in the offseason, and he had his best year for us. He still wasn't great, but he had his best year for us. 4.14 ERA, struck out. I mean, that's actually pretty good. Struck out 70 and only walked 8 in 54 innings. I mean, I'll take that. Newton, again, another swing type. Got 9 starts, made 50 appearances. Cortorial was a trade acquisition from Jacksonville back in July, and he was really, really good for us. 44 strikeouts, only 4 walks in 30 innings. Yeah, I like the Draft Day Sports. Random Test, you and I were talking about that the other day, actually. I should get more into the college football. I've bought like the last 3 versions of it because I want to support Wolverine. But I haven't actually really played it at all. So I bought it and then I never play it. College basketball I've played more than anything else. We had a ton of pitchers on our roster this year. Joe Sullivan, and they were all they were all positive WAR pitchers except for Richardson, who was our big trade deadline acquisition, and all he did was finish up with a 9.43 ERA, 22 earned runs in 21 innings. It's good stuff right there. I like that 49 ERA plus. That's quality stuff right there out of somebody. Let's see how Pennell ended up, just to make it worse for myself. Okay, so we leveled off a little bit, but still put up 1.5 WAR in 54 games for Minnesota. So far that trade's not looking like it's working out for us, but what are you going to do? You've been playing the DDS college football, but it's not a game for people who don't understand football. In what way? Like football recruiting, or like, the game of football, like calling plays and stuff? Sam Wozniak, 8 wins over replacement this year. That, I think, is his best year by WAR. No, second best. Second best year by WAR. 154 OPS plus, 1038 OPS. And he's so good. So good. Chris B had a good year as the full-time starter for the first year. 982 OPS, 4.64. Luke Lito continues to just do great work as our leadoff hitter. On base percentage was down a little bit this year, but his slugging was up. Had a career high in home runs and RBIs, career high in doubles. 4th straight season of 4.3 WAR or higher. Drew Jones ended up having a pretty good year, all things considered. I mean, his OPS, it's weird. Like, I don't know. He walked more. His average was down about 30 points. His OPS was down a ton. His OPS was down 100. Oh, because he did all that right. He did all this in 133 games, right? So he put up about half the WAR this year that he put up last year, but still a very valuable piece for us. I don't understand football, so like roster management, play calling. I understand how I'm supposed to use timeouts, but you always. So do you actually play the games out then? Random task? Do you actually call, like, do you call the plays and stuff, or do you just let it sim? Ricardo Perez is fighting to become our starting catcher next year. He clearly outplayed Drew Romo this year, who put up a .1 WAR. We have Romo locked down for another 2 seasons. He's very good defensively, but at .1 WAR, I don't know that we can carry a 614 OPS in our lineup, especially if we lose Wozniak. So we'll just have to see what happens there. Anything else interesting here? Strong, Estrada, Fisher, Lynn. Those are all the next wave, I guess. All right, so we're 91 and 71. And yeah, I don't think I'm gonna play many of the games in this one. If we get to opening day, or if we somehow make it, Wozniak hit for the Triple Crown. How did I not see that? How did I not see that? Look at that. Sam Wozniak, 329, 46 home runs, 118 RBIs. He's looking for his third straight, or not his third straight, his third MVP. Won the MVP in 2027 and 2029. Looking to win back-to-back MVPs. And he's good. He is good. Denny finishes second in wins. Giolito third in strikeouts. Denny second in WAR. We're going to be taking on the Braves. I have to set my roster, right? Yeah. Playoff roster, eligible for playoff rosters, or anybody not on the roster that needs to be on the roster? Yes. Norman. I'll take him off. I'll put Norman on because Norman. Actually, I think we're going to run this. These are the 4 we're going to run with: Giolito, Brubaker, Denny, and Guess. Let's get Norman in there as middle relief, used more often. Ugh, man, our bullpen, guys, I don't know. I just don't know. We'll see. You usually let it sim, but that was boring. You're having more fun playing the games, but you're shooting yourself in the foot. But that's how you learn the game, right? Is by actually playing it. Like I've tried to get into, like, I don't understand, like, I understand the game of soccer, but I don't understand the financial end of soccer. So, like, I bought Football Manager 2018, and then I bought the most recent one, and I can't get anywhere in it because I just don't understand the finances. I don't understand how soccer finances work, but any other sport I get. No, I don't know. Football's, to me, it's a pretty easy sport to understand, but I don't know. So Wozniak wins the Triple Crown. Good for him. And we have a game. Let's make sure our pitching rotation is set correctly. We're going to go with Giolito. He is our ace, or is supposed to be our ace. Yeah, we're going to go with Giolito and see how this one goes. All right. Fingers crossed, guys. Christian Nunez, 11-4. He's pretty good. 11-4 with a 3.04 ERA. Struck out 204 in 151 innings. Do we continue on, or do we start the offseason? Let's see. We win. We win handily. 8-2. Lito, 2 hits, 3 RBIs. Wozniak gets on base 5 times. B hits a home run. Ramirez and Romo each have 2 hits. Giolito pitches, gives up 5 walks, but only gives up 2 runs. Newton and Provolone and pitch well, so cool. All right, well, we win the wild card. It's something. You started with Santa Clara. You had been fired in a previous version and wanted redemption. I understand that. Santa Clara, that was Steve Nash, right? Steve Nash went to Santa Clara. Is that right? I think that's right. Oh, good. San Diego. It's always San Diego, man. Always flipping San Diego. Tanner Brubaker against Mitch Keller, who wasn't nearly as good. Oh, and I don't know if you guys remember last Sunday, those of you who were here. But we had something weird happened with all of our pitchers' ratings. They all spiked. They were all, like, every pitcher in the majors, their ratings had spiked. They were all in the 90s and 80s for, like, everything. It reset itself. I don't know what it did. I don't know. I didn't do anything. I shut the game off, and then when I went to record my next round of videos, everything had been fine. So we were good. Soccer is different because they have transfers and free agency. Yeah, I guess it's the transfers part that I don't understand. Like, do you, like, you're paying another team? I mean, is a transfer essentially you're buying a player from another team? Is that what a transfer is? And you pay the team X number of dollars, and then you also have to pay that person a contract? Or do they already have a contract from the other team, and you just take over the contract after you pay the team for the transfer? Does that make sense? I don't know if I'm saying makes. I know it's making sense up here, but I don't know if it's making sense when it comes out of my mouth. All right, game one. Tanner Brubaker against Mitch Keller. And they beat us 1-0. They beat us 3-1. They're up in the series 1-0. Manny Machado, 38-year-old Manny Machado, goes 2 for 3. Keller pitches well. Brubaker didn't pitch poorly, 2 runs and 7. Keller just pitched better. Game 2, Jim Denny against Chris Cood. 25-year-old, 12 wins, 3.5 ERA. Series tied at 1. We win 7-3. Lito goes 3 for 5 with 3 runs batted in. Wozniak knocks in a run. Ramirez knocks in a couple. Denny goes 4. Newton pitches a scoreless inning. For some reason, Richardson pitched, even though I have him set unused less often. Whatever. We won. That's all that matters. That is all that matters. We split the series in San Diego, which is huge. You like the WCC too. Your favorite run was an 8-year run with the University of Portland. Low prestige and a high prestige conference can be tough at the beginning. The board often expects a lot. You've been fired from Boston College this year in a different association, but was hired by Texas Tech. Yeah, I get, if taking a bad team in a good conference is always a fun strategy, right? If you're playing, Big Ten football and you take, Indiana or you take Rutgers or something like that, and you try to work your way up and take on the big schools. That's rebuilds are always more fun, right? Or at least they're more rewarding. I shouldn't say they're more fun because fun's subjective, but to me, I feel like rebuilds are more rewarding. I feel like if you take it back, like we did with the Rockies. I mean, they were 54 and 108 in our first season, and now we've been pretty much a staple in the postseason for the last half dozen years. So, game 3, Jagger Haynes is injured most of the year. Only made 11 starts against Ben Guess, and we're up 2-1. They scored 6 runs in the 9th inning. Wozniak goes 2 for 2, scores 3 times. Jones hits 2 home runs. Loic Provolone gave up 5 in a third of an inning. Ben Guess was dominant. But we take a 2-1 series lead. And it's back to our ace, Lucas Giolito, against Taisuke Yamaoka. Oh, we get Chapman back too. That's awesome. Oh, except I don't think he's on the playoff roster, right? Yeah, and I can't do anything until it ends. So, if we win this series, we get Matt Chapman back. You've been wanting to play as BC, but you get distracted. How do you get distracted? Like, what distracts you from picking the team? Is it because of is it because you want to play in the WCC? What is it that distracts you, especially once you named the save? All right, so we got a 2-1 series lead in the best of 5. We have our ace on the mound against Taisuke Yamaoka, who was 5-7 with a 4.09. Wow. Guys, look at that. 11-1. We beat the 102-win Padres in 4 games in the NLDS. Sam Wozniak, of course, wins the MVP. He only hit .500 in that first round with 3 home runs, 7 knocked in. B hits .438, has 3 hits. Giolito was, look at that, 3 hits and 8 scoreless innings with 12 strikeouts for Lucas Giolito. So we advance to the League Championship Series. That's nuts. You're easily distracted. Understood. Understood. So this has gone better than I would have anticipated. We're going to be taking on the Cardinals, who I believe knocked us out last year. Oh, we have to go here and Jackson Lynn and Matt Chapman back in the lineup. Oh yeah, that's what I like to see. It's a Matty Chapman back in the lineup. That's huge. Huge to get that bat back in our lineup going into the NLCS against the Cardinals. Pepperdine, the home of Dennis Johnson. Tanner Brubaker against T.J. Wilson. The Cardinals were 85-78. They won the National League Central, 12th in runs scored on the year. We were first in runs scored. So who wins game one? St. Louis Cardinals, 5-2. They scored 5 in the 6th. Garrett Whitley, 33 years old, hits a home run. Ooh, 3-run home run by Trey Fletcher, who I believe used to be in our farm system, right? No, I might be thinking of another save. I got so many of these things going. Who the hell can tell at this point? All right, game 2. Jim Denny against Chris Lanane or Lanane. We just want one in St. Louis, and we don't get it. All right, we lose again. Andrew Jones gets hurt. All right, so we got to take all 3 games in Colorado. Got to take all 3 games in Colorado, and we got Giolito on the mound for game 3. All right, we get back into it with an 8-7 win. Offense just sort of slugged their way to it. 8 runs, 13 hits. Lito homers twice. Willie Castro homers. Giolito didn't pitch well. Nobody pitched particularly well. We just were able to outslug them. Get back into this series. Can we take game 2 and tie it? Again, Ben Guest back on the mound for us. You've done an online league as SLU. Is that St. Louis University? The Billikens? A save is Merrimack. Nice. Oregon State, Portland, Washington, Baylor, Arkansas, University of Denver, Rice, Southern Florida, Tennessee, Florida State, K-State. Do you start as one team and move to a team with better prestige? Move to a team with different, a better team, or do you just start over? Let's see what happens in game 4. Can we tie the series? We do. All right, so we win 2 straight games. We tie the series at 2. Wesniak continues to mash Estrada homers in place of Drew Jones, who's still out. Young hits his first to the postseason. Wesniak homers. Guest gives up 1 earned run in 6. Norman gives up 4 runs, doesn't record an out, but we hang on. And we've got game 5 coming up. Can we take a 3-2 lead going back to St. Louis, or are we going to have to win 2 games in St. Louis here? Jones is still out. That sucks. All right, game 5 goes to the Rockies. We win all 3 games in Colorado. Let's go. 2 runs in the bottom of the 9th. Matt Chapman homers in the 8th, and Ricardo Perez with a pinch hit walk-off 2-run home run to win it in the 9th. So we tied it at the bottom of the 8th at 3. They scored a run in the 9th, and then we walked it off in the bottom of the 9th. That is a baseball game right there. So we only need to win 1 out of 2 in St. Louis to go to the World Series. And we got Jim Denny on the mound, our best pitcher this year, going in game 6. Oh, we lose 5-1, so there is going to be a Game 7. Noah Smith, who's a shortstop that I tried to get from the Cardinals for years. I spent probably 2 or 3 years trying to get him from the Cardinals, and I couldn't pry him away. Denny falls to 0-2 this postseason. All right. Let's get to Game 7. We got Giolito going. Yeah, in Journeyman, you started at Merrimack, worked your way to Arkansas, then you did a save as Denver for like 40 years. And then in that universe, you changed coaches and took over a former player and started at Rice, and now you're at K-State. Cool. All right, so what do we got to do here? So they're starting Jamie Fortner, who is a righty. So let's make sure our lineup is set properly. Jones is out, so Estrada's going to be in center. He's going to be there. So what position are we missing? Left field? We got to get him out. I think we just start B, right? I mean, his contact's not great again. Am I overthinking this? I think I just put B in there and just, I mean, he's not going to back cleanup, but we just start B. He's shown he can hit. So, all right. Your most memorable season was at Tennessee. You were like a 6 seed, and in the tourney, you just didn't stop losing every round. You were like, this will be my last game, and it just never. I did that, and I don't know if you watched my New Hampshire. Well, no, because you said you don't have time to actually watch the recorded stuff. But I went to the NCAA tournament as I want to say it was an 11 or 12 seed as the University of New Hampshire, and I made it to the Final Four, and that was my claim to fame, was I made it to the Final Four as a double-digit seed. So, all right, guys, fingers crossed. We win this game. We go to the World Series. We lose. We start the postseason. Luke Giolito against Jamie Fortner. Game 7. 1, 2, 3. And we win. And we're going to the World Series. And we win easily. 14-4. Did you see who the MVP was, Random Task? It's your guy, Mr. Willie Castro. Wins the National League Championship Series Most Valuable Player. All right, so Giolito goes 4 1/3. The bullpen was terrific. We get home runs from Chapman, Lito, and Estrada. And we're going to the World Series. We are going to the World Series against whom? Willie Castro doing Willie Castro things. That is right, Breeze. And that's, I will give credit to Random Task. He told me at the end of a stream to just go get my guy. And I went and got my guy. And he's been hurt a lot. We signed him here, where he put up 8 wins over replacement his first season with us. Missed about half the season in 2028, came back in 2029, put up 3.5 WAR, missed 100 games this season. So, and it's been up and down, but that first year, combined with what he's given us, in his part-time play, I will take it. Willie Castro, your 2030 National League Championship Series Most Valuable Player. We're going to be taking on the Detroit Tigers. So let's quickly look at the Detroit Tigers. They went 96-66. Pretty good offense. Pitching staff is average. Without a pretty solid bullpen arm. And then, that's the Chris Taylor, like the one who played for the Dodgers. Yeah, he's still going at age 40. Mitchell Sorensen is their ace. Shuichi Kenishiro, 6.2 ERA. Saul Gonzalez, Carter Daniels, 18-6. And their offense is okay. I mean, it's not great. It's okay. Danny Hilton, the only player to drive in more than 85 runs for them. Who's Pete Murphy? Where is Pete Murphy? Why is he not in their lineup? I'm sure he will be, but okay. No, I'm not going to question it. All right, let's do some World Series baseball. No, actually, let's make sure our roster. I think our roster is fine. Hopefully, we get Jones back here soon. The oblique strain is still unknown. Yeah, we're just going to stick with what we have. All right. Who's going to be going in game 1? Ben, guess? It's going to be guess. It's going to be Brubaker. We're going to get Brubaker going in game 1 against Mitchell Sorensen. We lose 2-1. No scoring until the 8th. We took a 1-0 lead. They scored a run in the 8th to tie it and then walked us off in the 9th. Brubaker goes 7 shutout, and we lose the game. Hopefully that doesn't come back to burn us. Guess we'll go in game 2. Series is tied at 1, so we take 1 game in Detroit, which is good. Guess throws 7 shutout innings. Oh, crap. Crap. Federico Ramirez, he of the 1 home run power was batting cleanup because I'm a dummy. Of course, now it doesn't matter. I mean, I guess it matters, but let's just get everybody in here and then we'll set the lineups. Well, Jones is out, so Estrada's got to be the center fielder. B is in left. It will be... Actually, do we want to give Danny Fisher a shot here? Give the young kid a shot against righties? Yeah, I think so, with those ratings. Let's move Castro down 1. Make him the DH. Maybe we'll get lucky and they'll institute the designated hitter in the National League this offseason. That would be something. All right, so let's copy that. Play the games live, just not the elimination game. I don't really feel like playing the games, though. Like, do you mean just sit and watch them? I don't really feel like playing the games. That's the thing. I'm not feeling it tonight. I am not feeling it tonight. And I'd rather just not sit here and watch it. Oh, you'd like to... Okay, so you want to actually... Okay, so we'll just watch the game, I guess. So we're just going to watch them all? Okay. All right. Well, let's watch a game. Let's see how it goes. And I guess we can chat as it happens. Well, will the game just... It will make all the substitutions and everything, right? If I tell it not to, if I tell it to? I've never actually just watched a game. We'll watch it. I don't want to sit here and watch 5 games. So we'll watch an elimination game if we get to it. Unless other people... I mean, there's 10 people here. You have to set it to AI. Set what to AI? Oh, this? Gotcha. Okay. All right. Well, we'll watch this game, and we'll see how it goes. All right. So here we go. Game 3. Davis Mesh will bat leadoff and play second base for the Tigers. Gabe Ibarra bats second, plays center. Riley Green bats third, plays left. Danny Hilton bats the cleanup. In right field, Pete Murphy, the first baseman, bats fifth. Colton Welker will bat sixth and play third, the former Rocky. Abel Bastidas will bat seventh and play shortstop. Diego Cartaya will bat eighth and do the catching. Saul Gonzalez, 12 and 13, 4.68, will get the start for us. Toledo, Wesniak, B. Chapman, Estrada, Castro, Romo, Young, and Jim Denny will get the start. You have to turn off the stop after each at-bat button. Is that in the game? Oh, pause play-by-play after each. That one. Got it. All right. Well, let's see how it goes. I think that's everything, right? That's all I need to do. I've never actually done this, so. All right. Yep. Here we go. Let's play some baseball. Grounded to second. 1 away. If this is how you sim the playoffs offline when you play by yourself. Fly out to center. If I'm going to actually play the games, I want to have control. Like, if I'm going to be in here like this, generally I want to have control over what's happening. So 2 out single for Riley Green. Throw down to first. And they go through the top of the first, and we win. Scoreless in the first inning. Come on. Do I have to click the button? No, I don't. Okay. Here comes Gonzalez against Luke Lito. That's going to be a pop-up to the second baseman. Wesniak, the Triple Crown winner, grounds out to short. And Chris B grounds out to first. So we go down 1, 2, 3 in the first. Okay, so I can just click through it. Okay, good. So there's a strikeout, 1 away. I don't need to see them throw the ball around the horn. Colton Welker, he strikes out. I don't need to see him throw it around the horn. And Bastidas grounds to second base. 1, 2, 3 inning for Denny. Bottom of the second. You play this game as a GM simulator, so you like to let the team... Oh, that makes sense. That makes sense. Matt Chapman walks. Wild pitch sends him to second. I understand. The running off the field animation is hilariously slow. Yeah. I mean, I like that you could just click through it like that, but Estrada strikes out. Yeah, like even this. Like, I would lose patience having to watch the players walk back, like to watch them walk back to the dugout like that. It would make me nuts. Base hit to center. And here comes Chapman, and he is in. Ball gets away. Romo goes down to second. We take a 1-0 lead, so good start. But no, that makes sense. If you build the game as a GM simulator, then it makes sense to just let the game just play. I understand. That's 4 straight strikeouts for Denny. It's going to be a base hit to left field. Second hit of the game for the Tigers. The pitcher, Davis Mesh, hits that one through the wall and gets a 1-out triple and ties the game. Of course he does. All right. Ground ball to short, and the Tigers take a 2-1 lead. You were thinking about doing a manager simulator journeyman sim where you'd start in rookie, sim and manage every game and work your way up. That would take forever. I mean, it sounds like fun, but it would take forever. I mean, I guess the first couple years wouldn't be too bad because rookie ball tends to be, I mean, those are shorter seasons, but that feels like it would take a really long time. I'm glad to see I have an alumni of this. Oh, yeah, with the way they travel through walls, yeah. Well, not only that, the pitcher hit the ball so hard it went through the wall. So technically, it should have been a double. Another strikeout. Another strikeout. And a ground out to short. Come on, guys. We need some offense. Infield single for B. Chapman hits into a 5-4-3. And Estrada with a base hit to left. Castro sends that one to center. Catch is made. So through 4, we're down 2-1. Yes, Chris B is pretty good. Couldn't get to that one, though. Uh-oh. Bunts it to first. Sacrifice 2 runners in scoring position now. Can we strike out the pitcher, please? Davis Mesh, baby. He's a monster at the dish. Grounded to third. Runner stays at third. And we get out of the inning giving up just 1 run. Yes, Chris B is pretty good at this game of baseball. Romo grounds out. Carter Young pops out to short. And they're already pulling Denny. Okay, well, Ramirez gets a single. Top of the order and Luke Lito now. And he's going to pop out to left. So we get 5 out of Denny. He gives up 5 hits, 3 runs. Davis, Hank, Aaron, Mesh. Yeah. Kevin Norman comes in. There's a strikeout. Pete Murphy. That's a base hit. 1 out single. Welker walks. Strikes out Bastidas. And Cartaya hits a fly ball to center field. So through 5.5, we're down by 2 runs still. Comes Wozniak, and he pops out to left. He's 0 for 3. I'm legit shocked every time Wozniak comes up and doesn't get on base. B with another infield single. Let's see if Chappie can avoid hitting into a double play this time. Wild pitch will send B down to second. There we go. We're all tied up. Oh, come on. That hit the top of the fence. Chapman with an RBI double. Lead is now 1. Estrada strikes out. Pass ball will send the runner to third. And Castro strikes out with the bat on his shoulder. Go to the 7th. It's still 3-2. Here's another strikeout for Norman. Davis Mesh, we finally get him out. And Ibarra grounds out to short. So go to the stretch, down by a run. Romo's going to strike out. No, Romo's going to get a base hit on a 1-2 pitch. Did not expect they have some X-Men as well. Ball 4, so 2 on, nobody out, bottom of the 7th inning. We're at the top of the order now, right? Is that Lito? No, it's Cameron Cannon. Another walk. Now the bases are loaded for Luke Lito. There we go. Game is tied. Bases are loaded for Wozniak. And we're winning. Bad inning for the Tigers. Bad inning. 4-3 Rockies. And there we go. That's what I was expecting out of Wozniak. The 2-run single. And we are up by 3. Wozniak down to second, 6-3. Nice. Intentionally walked Chris B. They intentionally walked Chris B. Random task. There you go. Oliver McCarthy against Chapman. And that's going to be a line out to left for the first out. Ooh, Wozniak tags up and makes it to third. High fly ball. Should be deep enough to score Wozniak. Plenty deep enough. And it's a 4-run lead. Very nice. You know that there would be signs there, right? Like people holding up signs that say, Buzz, Buzz, B or something. Or do they allow signs at baseball games? I don't remember seeing signs at baseball games. You see them at football games and... Willie Castro. Look at that. Castro driving in B with a 2-out double. It's a 5-run lead. Blew this one open in the 7th. Romo strikes out. We go to the 8th. Up by 5. Can we hold on? Our bullpen has been bad. Can we hold on? going to stay in the park? Ah! Not the start we were looking for, but what we expected. I don't need to watch his home run trot. Pop out to right. Another fly ball dart. Yeah, you know, they would B would have a cheering section of people wearing black. Yeah, you're probably right. Diving catch in center field by Estrada. Go to the bottom of the 8th, up by 4. Perez strikes out swinging. Cannon now. That's going to get over the center fielder's head. Slide into second with a double. Are we at the top of the order now? It all moves too quickly down here on the bottom of the screen. I can't tell who's up. I think it's Lito, right? Yeah. Pops it up on the infield. So we need another 2-out hit from Wozniak here. Or are they just going to walk him? Yeah, they just walked him. All right, so it's Chapman's turn. Runners on the corners with 2 outs in the 8th. I guess that's not Chapman. That's B. Lines out to third. We go to the 9th, looking to shut this one down and take a 2-1 series lead. Corto Real is out there. Look at that. 75 strikeouts against 12 walks, and he immediately gives up a hit. I hope they have somebody warming up. Cartaya strikes out. It's going to be a double. Is a run going to score, or are we going to have second and third? No, second and third, 1 out. Tying run is in the on-deck circle. We bring in Loic Provolone. E5! Tying run is coming to the plate. Come on! Oof. Catch is made by Willie Castro at short. 2 down, Riley Green. Hits that one out to center. Ah! Gets over his head. So it's 8-6. Runners on second and third. 2 outs in the 9th. Makes the catch in center field. We win the game. We take a 2-1 series lead in the World Series. Very nice. So now what I'm going to do is sim to the elimination game, and we will watch the elimination games. So we could win here, and the next game could be an elimination game. B wasn't in center. Estrada was in center. Which, I mean, isn't any better, but I don't have another option with Drew Jones out there. With Drew Jones out. Not out there, I should say. All right, so if we win, we take a 3-1 series lead. If we lose, the series is tied at 2. And we take a 3-1 series lead, so we will be watching Game 5 with a chance to win our second World Series here in our 10th year. Wozniak has 2 hits. Oh, Jones is back. Very nice. Giolito wins his 3rd game of the postseason, so let's make sure our lineups are set. Jones, center field. Let's move everybody down 1. Estrada in left. Jones back out there. Get Jones back out there. Right? Yep. Okay. Let's save before the game crashes on us. Over his head. That reminds me. Yeah, Canseco, that ball bounced off his head, went over the wall. Yeah, that was a famous Jose Canseco moment for sure. That was a long time ago now. That was in the 90s sometime in the early 90s, I think. All right, here we go. Game 5. Are we going to win our second World Series? Tanner Brubaker is going to be on the mound for us. against Mitchell Sorensen, who has a .99 ERA in the postseason. Set everything to AI, pause, and Lido, Castro, Wesniak, Jones, Chapman, Estrada, Young. Against the lefty, sure. No. Because I think Estrada's not, yeah, Estrada should be batting second. I can't change it. Gotta come back in here and can I change it now? I can't change it. Oh, substitutions. There we go. That's what I wanted to do. Wanted to get Castro down in the lineup. So let's set everything to Redmond. And let's go. Let's see if we can win the World Series. Tanner Brubaker. Very good for us this year. Grounds to short. One away. Fly ball out to right. It's going to be... You never can tell with the animations. Yeah, like I didn't know if that was going to be a double or a triple. You just... It's the one thing... The animations obviously are relatively inaccurate. So you have to just sort of guess. 2 away, runner on third. Can we get through Murphy? We can. So Brubaker works around a 1-out triple. Lido against Sorensen. Grounds out to second. Estrada's hit by the pitch. That will bring up Wesniak. Eventually, there we go. Strikes out. And Drew Jones. Or comma, Drew Jones. He strikes out, so it's nothing after 1. My nose is itchy. Another strikeout, 3 in a row by Brubaker. Grounds back to Brubaker, 2 away. Colton Welker. Bloop base hit to center. Second hit of the game for the Tigers. Welker steals second. Runner on second now, 2 outs. 3-1 pitch to Cartaya. Grounds to short. And we get out another inning. Still no score. Bottom of the second. Chapman bloops it into right field for a single. Willie Castro down the right field line. Willie big hit Castro comes through again with an RBI double in the second inning to give us a 1-0 lead. Romo grounds out to short. Castro goes over to third. Carter Young bloops that one to right. Is that going to be deep enough to score Castro? Yes, it is. All right, so we're up 2-0 now. 2-run second inning, game 5 of the 2030 World Series. Brubaker strikes out, but he has a 2-run lead. Most valuable Willie, that is right. Sorensen will bat leadoff. Grounds it to short. There's that man again. Castro 6-3. Mesh grounds to second. 2 outs. And Ibarra hits that one out to right. Catch is made. So we're through 2.5 with a 2-0 lead. Is this it? Is this it? Are we going to win our second World Series here tonight? Lido strikes out. I don't need to see you throw it around the horn. Estrada grounds to third, 2 away, and Wozniak grounds to third. Through 3, still 2-0. Strikes out Green. You would call him Big Willie, but you think he's tiny for a baseball player on the backs of... Yeah, we could win on the backs of Chris B. and Willie Castro. 2 away. Danny Hilton. Strike 3. So Brubaker with 5 Ks through 4. Hopefully the AI doesn't pull him after 5 1/3 innings like somebody else would. Jones bats leadoff, gets a base hit. Leadoff single in the 4th inning for Andrew Jones Jr. Chapman smashes that one down the left field line. It's going to be a double. Jones comes around and AI and graphical, and we're up 3-0. I don't care how it gets done. It got done. Willie grounds to short. Chapman moves to third. Can we get that runner home? We can. Drew Romo with a big base hit to center. It's 4-0. And while this is playing, once again, guys, if you haven't already checked out my YouTube channel, it's it right here. Right there. It's posted in the chat. Go check it out. Drop me a like and subscribe over there. I guess not a like, but subscribe to the channel. We're getting very close to 300 subscribers. Like I said, I'm a very, very small YouTuber. Small, but a dedicated following for sure. Grounded to second. 1 away. Brubaker's been dominant so far. Ground ball after ground ball after ground ball. Except for that one, which is a pop-up to center. So we're through 4.5 with a 4-0 lead. Go to the bottom of the 5th. Trying to extend that lead. Lido grounds out, I think. Yep. Wozniak now. No, Estrada, then Wozniak. I'm used to Wozniak batting second. Pop up. Is that going to get down? No, it's going to get caught. All right, so through 5, 4-0. Pinch hitter Colin Hall strikes out. Don't need to see you throw it around the diamond. Here comes Mesh. Gets a base hit to center. A 1-out single. Only 3rd hit of the game allowed by Brubaker. There's a strikeout by Ibarra. And we're through 5.5, and we're still up 4 to... Yes, well, no, I wasn't doing poorly at the start. I went 25-32 in July and August. So it was the middle of the year where we were doing terribly. Jones strikes out. We got off to a pretty good start. We were like 51-28 or something like that when the season started, and then went 25-32 in July and August. Chapman strikes out. And MVW bloops a base hit to left. 2nd hit of the game for Castro. Okay, so we're through 6 now. Just like the real Rock. Yeah, where they win like 23 in a row or 23 out of 24 or something like that down the stretch to make the postseason. Something completely like ridiculous. Ground ball. Oh, Wozniak botches that one. 3-1 pitch to Hilton. And that's going to be a single to right. So the first 2 runners reach here in the 7th inning for Detroit. And they go to a reliever. And he immediately gives up a double. Come on. Is they going to score both? Or triple, yeah. So it's 4-2. Tying run is at the plate. All right. Nothing I can do about it. Hands free. And we are tied. Crazy, crazy stuff. Completely dominated for 6 innings. Get somebody out. Please. Finally. 1 away. Bases are loaded. Of course they are. And the one thing that the AI does way too much is this. Brings the infield in way too often. I think we may have gotten lucky here. Yeah, we got lucky here, but the AI brings the infield in all the time. All right, well, Detroit bats around and ties it in the 7th. So we go to the 7th inning stretch. 4-4. Young with a base hit to right. Well, that sucks. Brubaker was really, really good. I wonder how many pitches he threw. We'll have to take a look when that ends. And he got a pretty quick hook there. So 2 on, nobody out in the bottom of the 7th. We're at the bottom of the... Oh, no, back up to the top of the order with Alito. And he drives that one down the left field line for extra bases. That's going to get at least 1 home. It's just only going to score Ramirez. Young will score Ramirez at third, and we take the lead back. Estrada hits a fly ball to left. Ramirez is going to... he's out. Damn. Wozniak strikes out. So we only got 1 run out of that. Only got 1 run out of that. So Fairbanks comes in for the 8th. Strikes out Hilton. Yeah, we are in the World Series. We are in the World Series. And I have been, I've been calling you new. Oh, good, another error. I've been calling you new. It took me like a week to realize that stands for NIU. That you're talking about Northern. 5-3 ground out. And that will retire the 8th. Yeah, so I am also from the Chicagoland area. New. So we are, I don't know if you're actually from the area, but I assume that NIU stands for Northern Illinois University. Am I correct? Anyway, we go to the bottom of the 8th. We are in the World Series. Game 5. Chance to win it all. We just got to get 3 more outs. With the way July and August went, I didn't expect this at all. I did not expect us to be here at all, but here we are. Game 5. Willie with a ground out to second. Here we go, guys. Top of the 9th. We got to hold them. 1 run away. One inning away. 3 outs. Castro gets that one. Over to first. Can Provolone shut it down? The rookie. Fly ball out to center. Over the head of Drew Jones. A 1 out double. Ibarra grounds it to second. So we're going to have a runner on third, 2 outs in the top of the 9th inning. Come on. Base hit to center, and we're tied. And we're going to go to the bottom of the 9th. Far northern Chicago. I'm out west. I live in Wheaton. I don't care if people know where I live. You're going to show up at my house and what? Like, yell at me about my baseball sim decisions? Go ahead. Here we go. Bottom of the 9th against Ben Young, their closer. Pop out to the shortstop. Carter Young strikes out, and Ramirez now, I believe. I don't need to see you throw it around the diamond. Oh, Chris B. Lines out to first baseman. We're going to go to the 10th. Still tied at 5. Pops up on the infield. Like Milwaukee, Chicago's northernmost suburb. Yes. The same could be said for, like, the northwest Indiana suburbs, you know, Maryville and those sorts of places. Those are South Chicago suburbs. All right, so 1, 2, 3, 10th. We're going to the bottom of the 10th in Game 5. Oh, you're in Antioch. You are up north. Walk-off home run. Luke Lito. I got the achievement before the at-bat actually happened. Luke Lito goes yard, and we win the World Series. World Series number 2. The notification came up before the animation did, so I knew what happened. We did it, guys. We did it. World Series number 2. We've won 2 World Series titles as the Rockies in our 10 years at the helm. Nice. I know someone in college who claims to be from Chicago. You don't know if it's a joke, but they're from Milwaukee. Yeah, I mean, when I ask people when people ask me where I'm from, I still tell them I'm from Boston, even though I'm from a suburb of Boston. I just say I'm from Boston. It's easier than, saying I'm from Peabody, Massachusetts. So, anyway, we won. Walk-off home run by Luke Lito, one of our original draft picks. Luke Lito gets it done out of the leadoff spot. Brubaker threw 89 pitches in 6 innings. They pulled him. Hawes got hit pretty hard. Provolone blew the save. But that's okay, because Luke Lito walks it off in the bottom of the 10th inning in Game 5 of the World Series. And your Detroit Tigers are the World Series champions once again. Bet you're glad we watched that nail biter. Well, yeah, I guess. If you need that justification, you got it. All right, so we win. We are the World Series champions, and that means it's off-season time. But it's a very happy off-season if you're a fan of the Colorado Rockies. It was Game 5. Yeah, we had to battle. We had to battle. We still won. We won 91 games, which was our 93 games. 91, I don't know, 91 or 93. It was our worst season in 5 years. 91 and 71 was our worst record in 5 years. We had to beat the 87-win Braves, the 102-win Padres, the 85-win Cardinals, and the 96-win Tigers. But we get it done. And it's time to start what is going to be a very eventful offseason for us. We're going to see here in a second if Wozniak chooses to decline his option. Huge. All right, let's take a look. Let's see what Mr. Wozniak does. Yep, he voided his contract. Not a surprise. All right, so Chapman, I appreciate what he did, but we are going to void the option. I think we're pretty set. We'll get Sal Stewart back, and we'll put him back at third base, and then we will start Federico Ramirez at second base next year. So we'll have Ramirez at second and Stewart at third. So we will decline the option on Chappie. And we're going to need that money for Wozniak anyway. So we will void it. Yeah, we're going to look and see who re-sign Willie Castro, 10-450. Void the contract. Let's see who this is. Nolan Arenado. Okay. Nolan Arenado ended up playing 1 year with St. Louis in this save. Then played for Washington for 7 years. Finished up with a season in Minnesota, season in Houston. 435 hits, or 435 home runs, 2,300 hits, 57 WAR. May not be a Hall of Famer. I mean, it's only a 107 OPS plus. I mean, these last 4 years really drug him down, but Nolan was good for a long time. Take a new job. I don't want a new job, man. I'm gonna stick with the Rockies. I think at this point, right through the. I think I'm gonna stick with them right through the end of the baseball season. I think. I just want to see how we do, and then that very last live stream at the end of the baseball season, we'll do kind of a dive into the team, and we'll look at how things went over the at this point probably 20 seasons that we're going to end up playing with the Rockies. So all right, we have some decisions to make right off the bat. New budget, team payroll of about $180 million. So yeah, we have $7 million to play with right now, and we have no Sam Wesniak. Okay. So let's just see what the pain is. Yeah, that's what I thought it was going to be. He wants a 6-year, $237 million contract. Heart and soul of the team. 2-time defending National League Most Valuable Player. 3-time overall National League MVP. He's 31 years old. He wants a 6-year, $240 million contract. All right, well, the first thing we're going to do is this. It's Willie Castro money. You're not wrong. Willie Castro is... We had him for, what, 3 more years, I think? Where are we going here? Front office, salaries. Yeah, 3 more years after this one at $25 million each. All right. So where can we save some money, guys? Where can we save some money? Romo and Guess? Do we start there? I don't know if anybody's going to want Drew Romo. That's the problem. He's so bad offensively that I don't know if anybody's going to want him. Let's see. You think Drew has to go? Yeah, see, nobody wants Romo. At all. Nobody wants Drew Romo literally at all, period, for anything. What about Guess? It rhymed more in your head. All right, so we could move Guess. I mean, we bring somebody back who's 75% of Guess for, 10% of the cost. I mean, is there even any... I wonder if this guy's related to Raleigh. He plays for the Royals. I mean, in my head, I'm going to say that Pete Fingers is Raleigh Fingers' nephew. We're going to go with that. We're going to go with Pete Fingers being the nephew of Raleigh Fingers. How do we think about that? What do we think about that? Not a lot. I mean, I guess let's try this. Let's get rid of veterans. Saul Rodriguez, who did he play for? I didn't see the name. Why does he have to be a lot more distant? He's got the same... Well, I guess technically he can be a distant relative and have the same last name. Oh, right there. Well, he's making $14 million. That's not going to do me any good. I was gonna say grandson. But Raleigh. I mean, I guess technically, yeah. I guess he could be the grandson. I mean, Raleigh pitched in the 70s and 80s, so we're gonna go with Raleigh's grandson, Pete Fingers, the grandson of the great Raleigh Fingers. That's where I'm going with it. He played for Detroit, by the way. Random task. Yeah, so he's 74 now, so in this game he'd be 84. Yeah, so grandson is perfect. So he's the grandson. Saul Gonzalez pitches for Detroit. He's got 3 years left at $14 million a year. So that would defeat the whole purpose of trading Ben Guess. And I don't scroll too fast. I can see it. Nope. There's nobody here. Well, this is depressing. You could package the dead contract with the prospect to get nothing. Yeah, I may have to. I may absolutely have to do that. I want to try one more thing. So actually, let's go in here first and let's deal with the arbitration cases that we know we're going to pay. And we're going to pay Parker. He's back in 9 to 10 months. We'll get him back middle of next season. I mean, sign him at $965 just to not $9 million. Pay him to continue to rehab, I guess. I mean, most of these are pretty cheap. I mean, $1 million here, $1 million there. That's not a big deal. So I'm going to sign most of these guys now just to get the contracts out of the way. And then we'll look at some of the bigger ones. Cole Winn, we'll bring him back. I can't believe we may have to walk away from Wozniak. I'm gonna see if I can move Giolito. See if there's anybody out there who wants Giolito's contract, and that would give me enough to bring back Wozniak. Because if he's asking for 40, I can probably get him at 33. If he's negative value, then getting nothing. No, we're not talking about Guess. I mean, Guess had value. I was talking about Drew Romo. Drew Romo had no value at all. Yeah, no, Guess has value left, but $9 million is just a lot to pay him. Yeah, Drew Romo was I mean, technically Drew Romo had value. He was a .1 WAR on the season. Yeah, I want to bring all these extreme ground ball pitchers back, even though they're a bit older. I mean, they're not making much money, and I'm not gonna find a pitcher for that amount that's going to give me the same. That's gonna have the same statistical or ratings levels, I guess. And then the last one is Chris Hawes, who was terrible in the postseason, but that's okay. All right, so now we've got the larger ones. They didn't teach you how to read all your memes. I understand. All right, so Cameron Cannon we brought in at the trade deadline to play backup middle infield. They did a pretty solid job, but I'm not paying him 3.8, so let's see if anybody is interested in him, and if not, we'll just cut him. Chris B wants 3.6. Take 3, 4, 5. He will. Let's get some of these. We got to bring back Perez, especially if we are going, or do we just stick with Romo and try to trade Perez and then call up a, not that we have any catchers that are ready, but like I know we got Callahan and A-Ball, and he's still a ways away, though. And he's not, I mean, his ability is good. His positional rating isn't good. He's eventually, I think, going to end up being a part of the catching tandem. All right, let's just hold off on both of these guys. So, and I got to hold, you said trade Drew Jones, random task. Yeah, the problem with Romo is that his defense is netting him about 2 WAR straight up without the bat. You're absolutely right. Defensively, he's still a stud, which may ultimately be more valuable to us if we can figure out a way to bring Wozniak back. But if we can't bring Wozniak back, then we may as well start over. Right? You know, it's weird because if we can free up enough money to sign Wozniak, then I would want to hold on to Drew Romo. But if I can't keep Wozniak, there's no reason for me to keep Romo. I do, however, want to bring back Denny. Actually, let's. Ugh. That's a lot of money. That's a lot of money. How many RBers does he have left? I think 2. Yeah, he's got So we're just going to sign him to the 1-year contract for now. 1-year contract worth $11,350. $11,450. Cool. All right, I'm fine with that. All right, so I need to sim ahead a day, and then we can see if there are any other if any of these guys, if we can move any of these guys. So I think it might make sense to Perez was, I mean, it's hard to, you know, it's hard to determine a catcher's, I don't know what any of this stuff means. Biz. What is biz? I don't know what any of that means. Is anybody interested in Ricardo Perez or Cameron Cannon? If no one's interested, I just won't offer him arbitration. He'll be a free agent. All right, Bill, thanks for joining us. I appreciate it. Have yourself a wonderful rest of the night. We'll still be here for probably another hour or so. But at any rate, have a great night. I mean, we could make this deal just to make it. I mean, he would give us some depth in the minor league system. Sure. Making a deal with the Padres. It's like the Red Sox and Yankees pulling the lever on a deal together. Just looking to see if I can get them to give me anything else. Great sense of humor. That's what I like to tell myself anyway. All right, I'm fine with this. I am just going to pull the trigger on this. We'll move Cameron Cannon, get out from the contract, and we pick up a minor leaguer who can't really hit but is a decent glove, and we can use him in case of emergency. So that is fine. Let's move him to AAA. All right, so we're up to about $11 million now. So we only need to find about another $30 million to bring back Mr. Wozniak. What about Ricardo Perez? What if I do Perez? Well, I can't do Perez and Romo because then I have no catchers. But what if I do Perez and... I mean, I could move Fairbanks, but, I mean, it's only $4 million. All right, so that's given us a few more interesting offers anyway. Drew Bowser, very good defensively. But again, his contract, I don't need the contract. Alec Sachet. He's from Egg Harbor City, New Jersey. He's an extreme fly ball pitcher in Colorado, which makes for a bad combination. Carter Daniels from the Tigers, another extreme fly ball pitcher, although he won 18 games last year. Thomas White. He's a second overall pick in 2023. Now his ARB numbers, I don't know what his ARB number is, but he's making 3 right now, which means his ARB number is probably more than that. All these fly ball pitchers, man. I don't want a fly ball pitcher. Extreme fly ball pitcher. Okay. Guys, we could be losing Sam Wozniak this offseason. Let's try this. Damn it. I don't know what to do. I don't know that we're going to be able to keep him. As much as I want to, Kenji on the Mariners. Did they really offer him to me? Did I miss that? Wow, okay. Well, what's his ARB number though? That's the problem. I don't know what his ARB number is. He's coming off a 3-win season. He's fragile. He's an extreme fly ball pitcher. So his ARB number, you have to assume, is probably, I mean, coming off the year he just came off of, his ARB number is probably 3 million, 4 million, somewhere in there. I wonder. I mean, I hate the fact that he's a fly ball pitcher. And he's fragile. And he's coming from Seattle, which is a notorious pitcher's park. Career low BABIP. This screams career year to me. I mean, I like his ratings, but this screams career year, all things considered. Add Perez, try to get some prospects. Luz. His nickname is Speed Limit. That's fantastic. No times 1,000. Yeah, and this is what I'm going to run into, is they're not going to give me any of the players that I would want from them. I don't really have any prospects. Random task. Have our you can look up his oh, good point. Good point. Thank you. 4 million. Okay. So we'd be cutting about 3.5 million excuse me, off of our payroll if we pick up Kenji Perez. I mean, is that worth it? We're getting a pitcher who's a year younger. We're going from a ground ball pitcher who put up almost 4 WAR in Coors Field. I don't feel like this is worth it. I know we're trying to save money, but, I mean, cutting off our nose to spite our face is what this feels like. If he was a ground ball pitcher, or if he wasn't fragile, if his injury proneness was normal or durable or Iron Man, or he was a ground ball pitcher and he was fragile, I could see this happening. But again, this screams career year to me. His walks were up, his strikeouts were down. I don't think I can do it. At least not for gas. I don't think I can do it. So let's try this. Just to see. His FIP, I'll look in a second. '21st round pick. He's 29 years old. Oof. I will look at his FIP in a moment. want relievers. Man, this game loves offering you relievers for players. Just loves it. Like, have every reliever on our roster. It's fine. Yeah, like there's just nothing here. We might have to take our chances with free agency and see if money opens up for players in free agency. His FIP was 411. His FIP minus was 88, so I mean it was pretty good. But yeah, I mean this tells me that, I mean, he was okay. Career low in strikeouts. Yeah, I'm not trading him for Ben Guess. I can't do it. So I think what we might have to do is just sign these guys. The guy for Baltimore, he was making a ton of money. Like his contract this year was only like $11 million, but it goes like up into the 25. It goes up to like 25 or something, I think. Yeah. 11, 17, and then 23 for 5 straight years. Miguel Uche. So I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to offer these guys arbitration. With the exception of maybe Perez. Offer the other guys arbitration and see what happens at free agency and try again. I looked at him, but he was another one whose ARB number was like 2.6. He was making 2.6 this year, and it looked like he had a pretty good season, but I can go back and look. I didn't see what his actual ARB estimate was for this year. .3. I mean, that's not terrible. And he's only 26. Again, he's fragile, but good stuff. Decent movement. His control's okay. 5 pitches. Looks like he was injured in 2029. Had a decent 2028. Was injured in 2027. Was okay in 2026. Was injured in 2025. Looks like they called him up way too early. He was up at the age of 19. I don't know. He made 31 starts in 2026. I mean, that's not bad. I mean, he's been a 3-win. I mean, maybe can we get him for Perez? We're not really saving any money that way, but it at least gives us an option so that I can feel a little bit better about moving on from Guess and getting less in return. Yeah, like I don't want to give up any of these guys, so we'll offer it and see what they say. So what I'm going to do is we are going to offer arbitration numbers to all these guys. Not to Perez, to Jones and to Guess. 12-5, so 12. And he wants 8 and 9. Oops, that's not what I wanted to do. 8-9, so 8-5. 8-5. Yep. All right, so we'll offer them the ARB number, and we'll see what happens. We will see what happens. Random task. Did our leagues sim yet? I have all my notifications off, so I haven't had a chance to look. All right, so they want. I'll give you Robertson. Fine. You want 34-year-old job. Actually, you know what? Let's try this. Will you take Fairbanks? Let's try that. Let's see if you can take Fairbanks. Everybody signed. I'm not giving you Provolone or Hawes or Cordereal or Brubaker or Smith or B or Parker or Richardson. I'd give you Roberson, I guess. Sure. Is he injured? He's on the injured list. I mean, I would be okay with that because it gets Fairbanks off the books. It's another $4 million or something. SSB is simming now. BLM won't sim until tomorrow since it's opening day. Okay, that's fine. And that's fine. SSB is the one that I'm really interested in because I want to be able to go in and set my lineups tonight. See what my new look Oakland A's look like with all those deals. Football Joe 789. Thanks for the follow. I appreciate it. The guys at General Manager Games appreciates it. My name is Aaron. I host my own little channel called Around the World Sports. These guys have just been nice enough to give me a platform to come on and kind of do my own thing. And we just finished up year 10 as the Colorado Rockies, and we have picked up our second World Series championship. So we do make that deal. Oh, I'm looking at the run. I'm like, why are they on our DFA list? So we pick up Thomas White. I mean, I'm not thrilled by him, but it's another starting pitching option. And we have a bunch of them now because we got to do something about the 40-man too. Because we got to get Satterfield on there because he's going to start in AAA. He'll probably be up next season. So we got to put Satterfield on the 40-man. Is there anybody else? We're going to lose a ton of these guys in the Rule 5, but that's fine. We got to put Mathis on the 40-man. We got to put Lena on the 40-man. We got to get Newman on the 40-man, so we're going to take Kiner Falefa off of it. All right, let's just keep simming. Let's get up through the awards. Kind of surprised the Marte trade happened for you in SS. So who are you in SSB? Are you the Marlins? Oh, that would make sense. Right. That would make sense. Yeah, when he said I saw the name and went, wait, his name's Joe as well. Yeah, as soon as he put Marte on the block, I was like, well, I'll take him from you if you can eat some of the contract, and we were able to make it work. So, yeah, it worked out, I guess. I think you got a better deal than you were going to get from me, and I think I got him for less than what I was going to give you. So worked out for both of us, I think. So we gotta get rid of Kiner Falefa, which hurts a little bit, but all right, let's look at. Okay, so we signed all those contracts, awards. That's what I wanted to look at. American League Gold Gloves, Rodriguez. So the Orioles have. Wait a second. Do the Orioles have two catchers that they're paying like $50 million to? Is that what I'm seeing here? Yeah. So starting next season, they're going to be paying $44 million to their two catchers. The year after that, $49 million to their two catchers. Man, I love the Out of the Park AI. I absolutely adore it. That's just fantastic. That is wonderful. National League Gold Gloves. Drew Romo wins it at catcher. Chapman wins it at third. How many is that for Romo? It's a second? Yeah, 2029 and 2030, so he's won the last 2 years. At least you didn't have to give up the Jesus Lizard to get him. So much chat. I'm really bad at this, so I'm going to have to get caught up. Jesus Lizard. Who's the Jesus? What are we talking about? Are we talking about this or are we talking about SSB? And if we're talking about SSB, are you talking about Lizardo? Is that what we're talking about? I'm all sorts of confused now. Yeah, you got Trey Turner. Absolutely. Yeah. I mean, you got a better deal for Mark. I mean, you obviously gave up more. Yeah, I didn't have to give up Jesus Lizardo. People have been asking me for him, but I haven't had to give him up yet. Yeah, Uche is a DH, but even for a DH, and he's not a very good DH. But yeah, Joe, you got more than I was going to give you, and I got him for less than what I was going to give you, so it worked out well for both of us. Reliever of the year. Yeah, we don't have anybody on here because our bullpen was trash this year. Platinum stick, gold gloves. Wozniak, of course, Triple Crown winner. Manager of the year, Jung Bum Che of the Tigers and Jace Tingler. Cy Youngs, Alfred Ruiz, and there's Payares as the number two. Finished second, the Cy Young Award winner, and then in the American League or National League, T.J. Wilson. John Dodd finishes with 340 strikeouts, 7.9 WAR, goes 10-15. That is crazy. How did he not win the Cy Young? Really? This is stupid. 12-7, 270, 216 innings, 202 strikeouts. Versus Dodd, 10-15. The ERA was a bit higher. Pitched 11 innings less. I can't get 300. Can't get past. Yeah, it had to have been the ERA. Oh, that's true. Marte went for Luzardo in real life. Yeah, no, you're right. Thank you. Yes. See, I can't keep everything straight. I don't know if we're talking about this or if we're talking about the online league or if we're talking about real life. Yeah, I get it. You're right. You're absolutely right. Yeah, I got Marte for far less than the real life A's did. All right, MVP. Is Wozniak going to win his second straight most valuable player? I would assume so, since he won the Triple Crown. Yep. CJ Abrams got a vote for Sam Wozniak in what could be the end of his Colorado Rockies career. And look at that, his contact dropped. So we may be, and I hate to say this, I know Random Task, you and I were talking about this. Offline a couple days ago. That, some players you want to bring back and you want to have them be like career players, but I don't know. I mean, if his ratings start to decline, I mean, that's going to be, you see his contacts starting to dip a little bit. His eye and his power have stayed fairly constant over the years, but his contact is starting to drop. All right, well, we're going to see in a second. Anybody interesting coming out of Japan? No. All right. Get to free agency. Most of us are. Like Random Task is, Football Joe is, and obviously I am. I think there were one or two other people that weren't SSB guys in here. Random Task is in here all the time. He keeps me company because I almost never have anybody in here. So he keeps me company for 3 hours every Sunday night. Let's see what we get. All right, so Thomas White got 3.3. Wozniak obviously filed for free agency. So where does that leave us financially? $16 million. Yeah, not nearly enough to bring back Sam Wozniak. So I think first things first, let's just delete all these messages. All right. So now what can we do? What can we do? I guess the first thing we can do is bump the ticket prices, right? Because we just won the World Series. So we should be able to bump the ticket prices without it hurting us too much. All right. Does anybody want Giolito? I would trade Giolito to bring... No, of course not. God damn it. Fuck. All right. Well, looks like I'm stuck with Giolito. All right. That is fine, I suppose. Nobody's going to want Willie Castro. Oh, it's not free agency yet. I can get to free agency. I was wondering why Wozniak and Chapman were still showing up. You think you mentioned that you had a player locked up for the career and it's so bad at the end that he lost like 4? Yeah, you did. And that's okay. I mean, if that player wasn't asking for $40 million a year for the next 6 years, I might be inclined to pay it. You know what I mean? Like if he was looking for $20 million a year, I might be inclined to pay that. But at $40 million a year, yeah, I can't. Oh, he's dropped his demand a little bit. He's down to 8 years now at 36 and a half a year. So if the contract was the right amount, I might be inclined to do it. And he could actually play defense. Yeah, right. Mariners, welcome. So I'm not actually, this is going to be my last stream I'm not streaming next week, and I'm not streaming the week after that. 3 weeks from now, I'll be streaming, and then, so I'm going to miss 3 of the next 4 Sundays. Next 2 weeks, I've got baseball games that I have to call. I say have to, like it's a problem. I've got baseball games that I want to call each of the next 2 Sundays, and then I'm going to Boston in the middle of September, so I'm going to miss that Sunday as well. So I'll be putting out more videos on the channel, but I won't be doing any live streams here for a couple of weeks. So, all right, well, let's see where we stand. $17 million for free agents, $50 for extensions. All right. Shipping up to Boston. Yeah, I'm driving back there. Going to spend 4 or 5 days in Boston visiting friends and, the family I have left who lives there, and I'm going to Fenway for the first time in like a decade on the 17th against the Orioles. Maybe by then the Red Sox will have won a game. That would be something. That would be something. All right, let's try now. Let's see if anybody wants Giolito now. No, nobody wants Giolito now. Nobody wants Giolito. Really, nobody wants Giolito for 75% of his contract. Really? Huh. Okay. Well, that's interesting. Am I going to find my wooden leg? I don't know what the hell you're talking about. I don't know what you are talking about. Look, Chris B's up to a 93 contact. Look at that. Look at that. All right. I don't know what you're talking about. Am I going to be looking for my wooden leg? I don't know what that means. You'll explain it to me eventually. All right. So, lineups. Sal Stewart will move back to third. Federico Ramirez will come in at second. And as of right now, Danny Fisher is our first baseman. It's not a very good lineup. And it's not terrible. It's not terrible. But it's just not as good, obviously, without Wozniak. We've got some power. Got some contact. Got some really good batting eyes in the lineup. Him back to third. If Stewart can stay healthy, that'll be a huge boon. Yeah, the lineup's not great. It's not great without Wozniak. Well, I know what the song Shipping Up to Boston is, but I don't know what you're talking about with the wooden leg. Was that in The Departed? I've seen The Departed like a dozen times, and I don't remember that. If it's not the O's, they should win that game. If not, it's the O's, so they should win that game. Yeah, you're right. Oh, those are the lyrics. Oh, okay. The only Dropkick Murphy song that I know all the lyrics to is Tessie. And that's literally because it's about the Red Sox. So that's why I know that. Yeah, you're right, Drones. They can only beat the Orioles. The game yesterday was they not only have they been playing bad baseball, but it's been ridiculously sloppy stuff too. It's been awful. Throwing the ball around the infield and it's just been terrible. It's just been absolutely terrible. All right, so if we're going to improve this lineup with a bat that is not Sam Wozniak, where do we improve it? Ramirez, I think, is good for what he is. He could be a good number 2 hitter. He could be our leadoff hitter with that 73 I and 88 avoid K, but that's probably still going to go to Lito. So we could be going Lito and Ramirez. Lito, Ramirez, B as our 1, 2, 3. Our 4 hitter, Sal Stewart. Our 5 hitter, like that. Or like that, maybe. I mean, where do we... Because Fisher's not much of a defensive player either, but he's got some power, and he absolutely rakes against righties. But we need someone out there because he can't hit against lefties to save his life. So where do we look to upgrade this team offensively? Obviously, we need a backup catcher. We need someone who can play. I mean, we could probably just stick Jackson Lynn at first base and have him be the other side of the platoon. I mean, we could do something like that. LeCaire and Young will back up on the infield. Estrada will be our main backup outfielder. Bobby Strong, just be a bat off the bench. All right, well, we'll see what's available. And pitching, I don't think we need to do a whole lot from a pitching perspective. Who's our fifth? Our pitching staff, as it stands right now, really isn't going to change much. It's going to stay Giolito, Brubaker, Denny, Guess, and Norman. Unless we can move Guess. Can we move Guess now for anything more interesting than what was there before? It's a good point. Yes, he did a number on us. 30-year-old catcher Ethan Hearn. If he was better defensively, I might see if we could swap him for Romo. He's not bad. He's not great. He's a lot like Clark Schmidt. He's like the same pitcher as Clark Schmidt. Ground ball pitcher, 94 to 96, 50 to 60s across the board. I guess he's not terrible. He's making $12 million. Alfredo Ruiz. We had a deal for him a couple years ago that fell through. And now he's making more than I want to pay him. He's got... Yeah, he does. Yeah, he absolutely does. He reminds me of Clark Schmidt. It's the same style of pitcher. He's got 5 above-average pitches. He's above average stuff, above average movement, above average control. That would free up some money. Still not enough to bring back... Wozniak, but it could allow us to improve elsewhere. So let's just see. I don't really need another bullpen arm. I've got so many of the same bullpen arms, yet I keep looking at them. What I need is someone who doesn't need to be put on the 40-man. Joel Flores? I don't think they'd give him to me, but he's not terrible. I drafted him last year. All right. Eric Jasic. The shop offers are usually pretty bad. Yeah, they are. They are. That's a fair point. Give up him. Don't want to give up Powers. Don't want to give up Norman. No, I don't want to give up any of those players for Jasic. I mean, this isn't a... It's not a great deal by any means. But Guess is a free agent next year. We aren't going to re-sign him. What about if we... Where am I going? Sometimes you can find a team that just wants him and they throw like a 4-star prospect at you. All right, well, let's look at we haven't even looked at the off-season center, so let's take a look at that and see who's available. See if there's anything of interest. Let's start with hitters. So Wozniak, obviously at $36 million. Bo Bichette. $32 million. What did I say? 32 years old, not 32 million. 32 years old. He wants 18 million. He's fragile. Comp pick. Good. This is pretty gross. Not a lot of high quality free agents on this list. I like Nick Senzel. He's fragile. Wants $17 million. Chapman, Bray. Yeah, this is DJ LeMahieu's still going at 42 years old. He had 160 hits last year. He's a 41-year-old. How many hits does he have for his career? Holy crap. Look at that. DJ LeMahieu, 75 hits away from 3,000. Hall of Fame caliber career for DJ LeMahieu. That is nuts. Yeah, this is a trash free agent class. Obviously, with the exception... Oh, there's Victor Acosta. He's a free agent. Do we finally bring in Victor Acosta? I would almost rather have Acosta than LeCaire. We're going to do it. We're going to offer Victor Acosta a contract. We'll give him a major league deal at $1 million. And he will probably take that. We need a catcher. That's something we need. We need a backup catcher. One who can play defensively. Or do we have anybody? I don't think we have anybody we can even call it. We only have 7 players on our AAA team. Yeah, we don't have any catchers who are ready. I gotta get Hearn on the 40-man, Quintanilla on the 40-man. All right. Can we... bring Jose Ramirez back? He had a pretty good year with Los Angeles last year. Yeah, you don't get a ton of players on the trade block until you get to the winter meetings. Steve Carrillo, he's fragile. Only makes $3 million, though. Would you take him for guess? Cincinnati would be over budget. Of course they would. Okay, well, that doesn't do me any good. Okay. Let's see if we can move a couple of these prospects who are never going to end up playing for us. See if we can get a catcher that way. Maybe we can get a better catcher through trade block. Just somebody to kind of hold things down until Callahan is ready, maybe. I don't know. Newman. Let's see. Nothing, of course. Really? Okay, so apparently these guys have absolutely no value. All right. Well, it looks like it might be a slow offseason for us. Let's just look at the catchers, I guess. I think we might wait to the Rule 5 as opposed to spending a bunch of money on a catcher. See if we can get one for free. Unless there's a defensive... Yeah, these guys are all 1-star. I have no interest in signing these guys. Siegler's not bad. I mean, he can't hit, but he's... I don't know, he might be a solid choice as a backup catcher. Wouldn't be any worse than Romo. Sure. Anthony Siegler. All right, so I think that's all we're going to do for free agency, at least until we get up to the winter meetings, and then we'll see if there's anybody on the trade block at that point. Let's get to Hall of Fame voting, and let's vote for some Hall of Famers. Should have some new players on there this year. Jose Abreu, shortened career because he came over a little bit late. MVP, only at 319 home runs. I'll pass. Ryan Braun, Locane, no. I'm going to vote for Cano. I'm going to vote for all the steroid users. Bartolo Colon. That 17% of the votes. 500 home runs for Nelson Cruz. Got to get him in the Hall of Fame. Goldschmidt. Meh. Cole Hamels. No. Felix Hernandez, no. Hudson's about to fall off the ballot. Jansen and Kluber are new. Vote for Molina just to vote for some people. Sabathia, yes. Sale, yes. God, Ichiro's not in. Are you kidding? Ichiro and Votto both deserve to be in. This happens to Ichiro every single playthrough. For some reason, the AI it's got to be the WAR, right? Only 29 WAR, even though he had 3,000 hits. So it's got to be the WAR that's keeping him out. But, I mean, Suzuki's a first or second time. That's a good pick for a backup. I found HR. Yeah, Ichiro never gets in. Now ever. And I mean, I don't know. I don't know if he's going to be a first ballot Hall of Famer, but he's absolutely getting in. Absolutely getting in. It's kind of like how Andrew Benintendi is hated by out of the park AI managers, even though in most games he's a decent contact hitter. I mean, he was a couple years ago. Last year was a train wreck. I haven't really kept an eye on him in Kansas City, but all right. So that's going to be our ballot: Cano, Colon, Cruz, Molina, Sabathia, Sale, Suzuki, and Votto. Actually, is Mauer still on here? You said Joe Mauer. And he is listed as a catcher. So as a catcher, I think Joe Mauer deserves to be in the Hall of Fame. If you look at his numbers as a first baseman, obviously he doesn't. But I think as a catcher, Joe Mauer belongs in the Hall of Fame. It's just my take. Let's get up to the winter meetings. Benny has just been vote for K-Rod, saves matter. Benny has been just okay with the Royals. I mean, he can't be any worse than Franchi Cordero. So, there's that. Just keep simming. I didn't vote for K-Rod. Sorry, random tasking. And that coffee hit the spot, man. I was struggling at about 6:15, figuring out if I was actually going to be able to make it through this. I was struggling. But, that I'm now going to be up until 3 in the morning, but whatever. It's only work. And since I hate my job, it doesn't matter. Anti-Mets bias? What's anti-Mets bias? Yeah, 95 OPS plus is the definition of slightly below average. All right, so we're at the winter meetings. Nobody has signed Wozniak yet because we haven't gotten the message. Although right there, deal made. Oh, look at that, $22.9 million per year. That's something I can get behind. That is something I can get behind. Do I find a way to clear $13 million and sign him? No, not voting for K-Rod is not anti-Mets bias. He wouldn't go in as a Met anyway. Do I clear $13 million and sign Wozniak? Do I find a way to do it? I want to see if he'd be interested. Offer Wes $15 million this year and backload. Okay. This is ridiculous. This is such a terrible idea. This is such a terrible idea. Although I guess we get Castro off the books in a couple of years. I mean, this is just an awful idea. But it brings back our guy. Ugh. But if he gets injured, he'll retire. You probably don't need to go that hard. You think I could take money off this? And it's still not very good, but that certainly beats the $40 million he was asking for up front. Shades of Chris Davis. Yeah, except Wozniak has been so good for much longer than Davis was. Wozniak has done for 5 years what Chris Davis did for 1 year. So, you know, it's a little different. 15, 20, 25, 25. But I don't know if he'll take that. Considering he said that the Astros were giving him $29 million. Let's see. Yeah. Maybe, well, that's $275 million. It's more than I want to pay him. What about this? Okay. My guess is Houston's going to outbid me. He's not pissed. He still loves us. So 15. So we would get Castro off the books after this year. So we would end up with only one bad contract on the books because we get Giolito off the books after this season. So I think I'm okay with this. Yeah. All right. 6 years, $155 million. Let's see if he will take that. My guess is Houston offers him more. Okay, so he favors the offer. Have we gotten the message that said... No, nothing yet. Yeah, see, that's what I was afraid of. 18, 30, 33, 34, 36, 36. I can't give you more than 15 in this first year. I just can't do it. So 25, 27.5, 30, 30, 32. It's like the same contract, right? Yeah, it's like the same contract I just offered him. 27.5, 30, 30, 30, oops, 2.5. And this is about as high as I think I can go. It's not enough. Slap another vesting option. I mean, wouldn't a vesting option be worse? Oops. Come on. 3250000. Okay. I got one more shot at this. I got one. So leave these 2 years at 36. Is that what you're saying? So maybe go 15, 27, 30, 32, and then leave these two as is? Is that what you're saying? Like that? How badly do I want him? I mean, he's Sam Wozniak. I mean, he is the Colorado Rockies at this point. Now, that being said, I mean, at $30 million, what are we going to get out of Fisher? I mean, I can't imagine that he's going to be anywhere near as good. But if he hits 260 with 35 home runs and drives in 100 and gives us 3 WAR, I mean, I don't know. I mean, just based on WAR alone, Wozniak is worth this contract. All right, let's see. What? 15, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 27, 5, 30, 32, 5. Shit. Okay. I'm getting tired. That's what this is telling me. 15, 27, 5, 30, 32, 5, and this was like 36, 5 or something, right? Yeah. That's still too much? No, that's right. Shit. Yeah, he... I mean, I guess I could just knock... I could just do that, and he would probably say okay. What's our salary situation next year? We lose Brubaker, we lose Romo. Ooh, jeez, okay. Next year could be the end of the road for us. I think we let him go. I think we have to let him go. I think we let him go. I'm shocked that I'm about to say that, but I think we let him go. The rest of our core is starting to get up there in age. Brubaker's 32. Castro's going to be 34 next year. Giolito's 36. Romo's in the final year of his deal. Jones is in the final year of his deal. We could bring him back. And we could build around Jones, Lito, Stewart, B. And see how Fisher does. I think we let him go. Give him an opt-out after... That's a good idea. That's a good idea. Player opt-out after year 1. Do I just do this? Do I just... Let's turn these into player options. I'll give him an opportunity to do what he wants. But because of that, I'm going to see if... So an opt-out after 1 year, and then 30 million, 32, 32.5, 35, and 35 as player options. Right, yeah, that's the thought, right, of course. Okay, so he'll take that. Screw it. All right, 6 years, $180 million. It's a lot, but we will see. We will see. If Houston goes any more than that, we'll just have to back out. And we'll have to come up with a new plan starting next year. We're simming. Get up to the Rule 5. Make sure we have everybody on the 40-man, or I guess the 38-man technically. Yeah. All right, so we are at... I can't do it. That's just ridiculous. I can't give a 31-year-old first baseman who can't field 6 years at $206 million. I can't do it. Yep, he's going to walk. He's going to walk. Okay. So Sam Wesniak. Retires as second all-time. Let's see. He is 6th all-time in batting. He's 3rd all-time in on-base percentage. 2nd in slugging. 2nd in OPS. 3rd in WAR. And 800 fewer at-bats than Larry Walker. He would have easily caught Todd Helton had he had 5,500 more plate appearances. Top 10 in games. Top 10 in at-bats. 5th in runs. 9th in hits. 8th in total bases. 2nd in home runs behind Todd Helton. Again, would have easily passed him. 7th in RBIs. 3rd in walks. Just a great career. Just a great career. And he is... You can if you're the Padres. Yeah, well, so we're going to have a new look next year. We are going to have a new look next year. It was bound to happen. You know, it was bound to happen. You can't always just bring everybody back that you want to bring back. Trade proposal from the Royals. No, that's garbage. This is going to kill our fan interest, but Jordan Sweeney, 64 home runs and 162 RBIs. Fan interest crashed. What did that do to our fan interest? It just stayed at 100. Didn't crash that much. What did he sign? And, you know, I hate this game sometimes. I mean, that's the contract that we offered him. All right, well, he's a Blue Jay. He is Blue Jay. Bit surprising, but we signed Anthony Siegler. We get a fan bump there. We signed Victor Acosta, so that's nice. I wanted Acosta on the team. I have no room on my 40-man. All right, so LeCaire is going to get DFA'd. I don't have a lot of room. Acosta on... Trade him. 23-year-old half-star player. Dude must love Toronto. Yeah, he must have a thing for that big needle in Toronto. I don't want anybody who's arbitration eligible. It doesn't help me. I want somebody who's not on the 40-man. I need a minor league contract. Shoot. The 40-man roster being 38 men is really a pain in the ass. Tunnel. And I mean, we're just going to run into issues again once we get to the Rule 5. If there's anybody that we want to take, we're not going to be able to take them. Make sure there's nobody else. Nope. All right, let's quickly look. Let's do the Rule 5 first. Actually, you know what? No, let's look at the trade block first. things. I don't think I want any of these guys. I'm not interested in... I guess if we're going to do it, we may as well go all in with our new look lineup and see how that goes. But there's nobody here. All right, let's get to the Rule 5. Let's see how many of those 3-star players we lose. None. Okay, that's interesting. He's terrified of mountains. That's interesting lore that you've worked together. So between that and kind of, what would you call the section that Chris B's fans sit in? Eddie Fittipaldi. Waylon Gabbard. Wow. There's another first baseman who can't field. Some good prospects. I just don't have any place to play them. That's the issue. The Gooch. Kevin Goocher. Number 86 prospect. I mean, there are enough good Rule 5 guys here that it may be worth our time to just take a couple of them and kind of let it sort out during spring training and trade those who don't perform, I guess. I mean, there were a couple names up here that I liked. 2 top 100 prospect, Goocher and Gabbard. They're both top 100 prospects. We're going to take them both. Because why not? Oh, right. Because I don't have any room on the 40-man. That's why not. Shit. All right. Mathis is not important. What if we do Mathis and Newman? You need to platoon him with Fisher. Yeah. Well, that's kind of the point. I need to platoon somebody with Fisher. The Beehive duck. Right. Okay. You're right. I should have seen that one. What about Hennon? I mean, I may as well just be okay with losing some players because that's what's going to happen here. So we're just going to DFA Lena. And we're going to take Goocher first. My guess is Gabbard will still be there. Yeah, he is. So now I got to figure out who else to drop off. The 38-man Mathis, I think. Yep. I think. I completely forgot about Josh Eichacker. Completely forgot about him. Shit, I can't make any trades. Okay, so it's gonna be Quintanilla. And let's get back into the Rule 5. And where is he? Waylon Gabbard. Let's complete the draft. We took the only players in the draft. Interesting. All right. Yeah, we are going to look different next year. That is for sure. It's going to be interesting. We've got $60 million for next season. Even though we lost Wozniak, our revenue per game has gone up 10%. We're going to have a ton of money to play with next season. And I think that's going to be it. We still have the most valuable Willie, that's for sure. I think that's going to be it. I'm going to call it a stream here. We're at about 2 hours and 45 minutes. I want to get in the house and check out the SSB upload and see how that worked. And yeah, so I'm not going to be streaming next Sunday or the Sunday after that, so I am going to try to get the Wednesday video out as I normally do, and then I'm going to try to get another one out sometime over the weekend. I've got a soccer game I have to call down in Joliet on Saturday, and then I have the Dogs on Sunday, so next weekend's going to be pretty busy for me. But I'm going to try to get a video out Wednesday, and then I'll try to get one out. I'll probably try to record it on Friday and then get it out over the weekend, and that's what I'll do over the next couple of weeks. So at any rate, random task, I'm sure I'll talk to you online here at some point in a little while. But for those of you who were here and were lurking, those of you who chatted and came in and kept me company tonight, I appreciate it one more time. This is my YouTube channel. If you could head over there, drop me a subscribe, I would appreciate it. And I will see everybody in a couple of weeks. Take it easy. Bye-bye.